Welcome, everyone, to my weekly Wednesday live stream where I talk about voice, music, artist development, and music business, and really turn up the conversation on how to build a creative life in music that you love, where you feel artistically satisfied and professionally satisfied. And today I'm discussing the top 5 secrets to release tension in the jaw muscles. So today is a vocal day, and the jaw is an important element in singing. I think very often misunderstood in terms of how to actually release it. And a quick announcement before I begin, I want to invite you to a free 4-day workshop. There are 4 1-hour sequences. It was pre-recorded, so you can go and blow through all 4 in one day if you want, or you can follow the original plan, which is 1 hour a day, or you can stretch it out further. But let me tell you about it, because it's about releasing tension in the voice that very few people, very few coaches, very few people in the vocal world really understand. And day 1, and this is free, day 1 is called Unlock Your Voice. And you learn the Cole Vocal Method movement sequences 1 and 2. 1 is the CVM vocal yoga and micro stretches that you're not going to find anywhere else. And the vocal massages for throat and laryngeal muscles. So that's day 1, to unlock the vocal instrument. Day 2 is to decrease tension. You'll learn the Cole Vocal Method sequences 3 and 4. 3 are breath openers, how to really open the diaphragm area. 4, throat openers that build laryngeal resistance and root support, which is a very important element in being able to have a strong and powerful voice, but also a balanced voice throughout your registers. Day 3 is align and anchor. This is all free. This is part of my Better Voice Challenge that we did, that's pre-recorded, that now you can go and experience it, and you won't believe the difference in your voice. Align and anchor is day 3, and you learn the movement sequences 5 and 6. 5 is alignment, aligning the vocal path, and 6 is anchoring, and it's all about developing the correct root support in the root of the body, in the trunk of the body for singing. And day 4 is to expand your sound and resonance. So you learn the Cole Vocal Method movement sequences 7 and 8. 7 are resonance expanders for how to actually experience more resonance in the voice naturally. And 8 is the range and power expanders, how to have more power with less strain. So that's inside the Better Voice Challenge. I recommend that you go get a seat in that and go through the sequences, the 8 sequences, to really experience a shift in your voice, and particularly when it comes to tension and unlocking the voice. Let's dive into the topic. So 5 singing secrets to release tension in the jaw muscles. So to sing well, the jaw needs to be free of tension, right? And the jaw plays such a big role in singing by influencing the position and movement of the tongue and the laryngeal muscles, which are essential for sound production. So tension in the jaw can lead to, tightness and rigidity in the muscles surrounding the vocal instrument, of course, in the jaw. And because the jaw is so close to the neck muscles, to the tongue, to the laryngeals, it very much influences those muscles as well. And, have you ever gone for a high note and, your jaw cracked, or you felt like you couldn't open your jaw big enough to really get that note? That's an example of how jaw tension and contraction of the jaw muscles inhibit and constrict range and tone and resonance and sound. So many singers struggle with tight jaws. Some have TMJ, temporal mandibular joint or jaw disorder or problem, which restricts range, sound and resonance. Um, and there's a lot to cover. So in today's conversation, I'll focus on a couple of the highlighted areas to really reduce tension, and get more length in the jaw, more freedom in the jaw, right? The tighter the jaw is, the tighter the sound is, right? And you can just start while we're talking by just doing these little circles up here, right? So just starting right at this, and you're right on the muscle there underneath the cheekbone. And you can just do little circles and pull down, and do little circles and pull down. That alone will help, but we need more than that. Okay. So I'm going to cover these 5 micro stretches for the jaw, self massage to release jaw tension, micro movements to realign the jaw, how neck and back tension affect the jaw and how to release it, and natural modalities and remedies to help the jaw to assist in reducing tension. So hang on, let me just head over there so I have my notes in front of me. So I can give you a good live stream today. Okay. So tension in the jaw is the result of shortened, tightened muscles. So the shorter a muscle is, the tighter it is, generally speaking. The longer a muscle is, the freer it is. That's why with singing, it's really good to practice yoga, to do stretches, because the yoga body, not the tight like power yoga body, but the more released yoga body that has more length in the muscles. And stretching is good for you. Have you ever noticed? It can really reduce physical problems as well. But when it comes to the voice, it's really important that you're stretching, and you're stretching the whole body, but you're also focused on like these sequences that I teach inside the Cole Vocal Method, that I start teaching in the Better Voice Challenge, that you can get access to. That starts the process of being able to really target the vocal muscles. So let's just try something to release the jaw. You want to use slow and gentle movements, because fast pulling and yanking motions cause more contraction instead of release. So if you find yourself like doing that kind of movement, don't do that. Instead, try this. Just hold your jaw with your hand between your thumb and forefinger, getting a nice gentle grasp right above the chin. So your hand is resting on the chin, and close the mouth and the teeth. Just close the jaw and the teeth. Teeth are sitting together. Now, gently and slowly let the mouth open, and then slowly pull down, allowing the jaw to feel heavy in your hand like this. Okay. Now, open as far as is comfortable. Don't over open. Take a nice breath. As you exhale, pull a little more downward. Take another breath in. As you exhale, pull a little bit more downward. Now, if you feel any clicking or popping, that's a sign of a misaligned joint, which is a little bit of TMJ or maybe a lot of TMJ. So with TMJ, we don't want to accentuate that pop. We don't want to try to make that pop, because it's like a groove in a record. It makes the groove deeper, and we don't want to do that. So if you open very slowly, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to jump to the micro movements, which is number 3, to realign the jaw, since we're here. What I want you to do, if you are in front of a mirror, that's great, or you can look at your phone. Well, if you're on this, you won't be able to see yourself, but whatever, or pull up a mirror or something like that, or you can do this later. What you really want to do, I'll demonstrate, is put your fingers, the pads of your fingers, on either sides of your jaw. And you want to watch in the mirror as you do this. And this is all outlined on the blog step by step if you want to go through this later. But what you want to do is you want to open the jaw very slowly. So as you open the jaw, notice any slight movements to the left or to the right. This will give you information about what area of your jaw muscle, what side of your face the jaw muscle is tighter. So if it moves to the right as you open, this indicates that the right jaw is shorter than the left. And if it moves to the left, it's shorter on the left. And it may do a little bit of both, okay? But your goal is to open very, very slowly and open as smoothly as you can. So when it wants to go to one side, go micro slowly, like go so slowly, because what will happen if you go slow enough is you'll start to get more of a straight line. And this very small, simple movement, you have to have a lot of patience with it, will start to realign the jaw so it's not grabbing, and it'll start to even it out over time. Okay. So it looks like this, and you're going to go really slowly. And so I'll raise my finger if it's moving to one side, and then you'll see how I'm going super slow. So I'm opening. Wants to go a little bit to the right. Wants to go like that. So I'm going to go slow. And I'm going to put a little pressure on the right side. To help it to be able to open without grabbing on one side or the other. Okay. So, and then, do it maybe 2 times in a day, right? And see if you start to notice less tension. The other thing about the jaw, we want to do self massage because the other thing about the jaw is that it's very affected by the neck muscles and the back. It's also affected by the base of the tongue, which is right underneath here. So you could have a super tight tongue that's pulling on your jaw, right? So if you take your thumb, like put your forefinger here at your chin and take your thumb and go kind of underneath the jawbone like that. Right. Start back here. Start back by your ear. Right. And kind of slide it underneath the jawbone. This is the base of the tongue. Okay. So you might feel tension on one side or the other, or you might not. Stop where you feel that tension and you can dig in a little bit. And this helps to release the base of the tongue. But the base of the tongue is right here and the jaw is right here, right? So, and the muscle of the jaw is here. So it's like a grid, right? They're all really closely related. So as we release the jaw tension, we also want to release tension in the tongue and in the laryngeals and also in the neck muscles, because tight neck muscles can continue to cause a problem with the jaw. So watch what pillow you're using. There's a cervical pillow that you can get that you can use at night that's long. So if you roll, it still stays there. And it tucks inside the bottom of your pillowcase. It's called the Mackenzie's cervical pillow. That's probably the best pillow. And that will really help with jaw tension. So anytime anyone has jaw tension, I really want to work on the back of the neck and the sides of the neck as well. So I'm kind of skipping all over the place, but number 2 is the self massage to release the jaw tension. So we were just doing this a little at the very beginning. So let's go ahead and do that. So this is the masseter muscle. It's a little triangular muscle that is right underneath the cheekbone, and it's right at the top. And it's kind of, I think it sits on top or it's underneath. I think it's on top of the main jaw muscle that comes down here. But this is a really important muscle. So go ahead and apply some pressure in some small circles and apply some pressure there. And then try to relax the jaw as you are massaged. So don't tighten the jaw, right? And then let it fall and feel heavy and pull down. And pull down right along that muscle. Massaging that area daily will help to reduce tension in the jaw, right? And then number 3 was the micro movement to realign the jaw, opening very slowly. Number 4, and get ready for questions because I'll open it up for you guys soon. And give me like a thumbs up or some hearts. Let me know if this content is speaking to you. Number 4 is how neck and back tension affects the jaw. So as I was just saying, some of the deeper roots of jaw tension and also are connected to this grid of the jaw, the tongue, the laryngeals, and the neck, and the sides of the neck and the back of the neck. And the neck muscles, so some of the tension in the jaw can actually come from tight neck muscles pulling on the jaw and interfering with jaw movement. And neck muscles they insert into the spine in between the shoulder blades. They go down into the spine, and tension in the upper back and the trapezius can affect the jaw as well. Okay. So let's go ahead and do this real quick. So you take your right arm and you're going to hug your head. So really put your ear next to your bicep and you're going to hug your head and let your head fall into your arm, and put your left arm behind you and let your head fall. So if you have to hold your phone with one, just use the other hand. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, let it fall further. You might even feel some cracks down the back and then come up, and then you would do the other side. These release sequences, this release sequence is in day 1 of the Better Voice Challenge, which you can go and get for free. It's a 4 1-hour workshop. We go 4 days in a row, but you can do them all together because it's pre-recorded now. But learn these sequences because it will help to release the tension in the neck muscles as it relates to the jaw. And then number 5 is I wanted to just go over a couple of natural modalities and remedies that help the jaw. So herbs, homeopathy, massage, acupuncture, and body work like Alexander and Feldenkrais are some of the tools singers use to help release tight jaw muscles. And also essential oils, right? So there's an essential oil. It's made by Young Living, and it's called Valor. V as in Victor, ALOR, Valor. It's a blend made by Young Living, and it helps to release jaw tension and realign the jaw. So I have a link for it over on the blog if you're in the US. If you're outside the US, you'll have to search for it. I'm pretty sure that is Young Living is an international company. But if not, then look at the ingredients inside Valor and you can make your own. I know Blue Tansy is one of the essential oils, and that is the one that really helps with jaw alignment. So you can, put the Valor on and then do that little jaw massage that we went through. Homeopathy, there are some wonderful homeopathic remedies that help the jaw. Oh, that's great. You did day 1, Marie. Fantastic. It was wonderful. Thank you. Yeah. Make sure you go through the rest of the sequences. And it's nice to do it 4 days in a row if you can, because then you really experience that cumulative effect. Or you can do 2 in one day and then 2 the next day, or, but try to do them within a week's time, and then you'll feel the cumulative effect of all the sequences. There's 8 sequences in there. Homeopathy is really effective with the jaw. So I put some formulas over on the blog that came out today that is this topic on the jaw that help the TMJ. There are several different remedies, and if anyone knows anything about homeopathy, it very much has to do with very specific kinds of symptoms that you're feeling. So go over there and see, and there's homeopathic finders, I think, too, online where you can look, but these are the 5 major ones that are used. And, if you want to go deeper, you can consult a homeopathic practitioner. And I have a link there for where that information is sourced so you can look at it. And massage and physical therapy can be very helpful for relieving TMJ pain and symptoms by reducing the muscle tension, improving blood circulation in the jaw area. Techniques such as trigger point massage and gentle jaw exercises are really recommended for relief. And I've worked with many people who had TMJ, and we were able over time, using body work, and some other modalities to really release the TMJ, and the person no longer is suffering from TMJ. Physical therapy can be very helpful. So if you have insurance or good insurance, I would start there, because you can get an analysis and you might get like 8 to 10 to 12 treatments. It really reduces pain, improves jaw movement, and really addresses those underlying issues that are causing all the connected muscles and fascia that are causing the problem, right? So it is often recommended as a first line treatment for managing symptoms associated with TMJ. And then acupuncture. This is the last modality I'll talk about. There's others, but these are the most effective I've noticed over time. Acupuncture can provide relief from TMJ by relaxing, releasing muscle tension, and reducing inflammation. And I've found it to be quite effective for jaw issues. And there are other modalities we use, like Feldenkrais, Alexander technique, somatic release, fascia release, chiropractic, craniosacral, Rolfing, structural integration, all of those other wonderful things. Okay, I'm going to open it up for questions. So anybody have any specific questions about voice or about artist development? Oh, thank you, Janet. That neck stretch is the best one ever. The best one ever. Yes, good to see you guys. So as you're typing, remember with the jaw, it's better to go slow instead of yanking or pulling to get a release, because it's a very, very strong muscle, and we're always contracting the jaw all throughout the day as we're talking, as we're chewing, as we're swallowing, So there's a lot of activity that is contracting the jaw on a regular basis. So in my technique, in my cold vocal method, we actually hold the jaw down, and we do specific movements that actually create a deeper bed for the larynx, which gives us more resistance against the airflow, the increase in airflow as we're singing louder or faster or higher. And over time, that really releases tension in the jaw. So if you want to find out more about the cold vocal method, just go to my website, carriecole.com. And there's a page there that talks about the cold vocal method and how you can learn it. And I'll put that in the link over here on YouTube for you. On Instagram, I'd have to type it in, but just go to carriecole.com and you'll see a tab that says cold vocal method. And you'll also see on the website free training, and the free training is that Better Voice Challenge. So if you want to sign up for that, I'd really recommend that. So any questions about voice or singing, anything that you want to ask a veteran voice coach, now is your time. Anything that you're struggling with, you want more help with, or you want to hear me just talk about more, I can riff on something for a few minutes here. It's quiet today. It's a quiet day. Is there any massage to release tension when singing high belt notes? When I try those kinds of screams, the tension builds fast. Yes, because you're overusing the throat muscles, right? So IG, go and do the Better Voice Challenge, because those 8 sequences actually release all the tension in the voice. So yes, there is. And I would go and experience that. And then you have those sequences that you can roll through to release tension. A lot of it will just start with pulling the laryngeal muscles down, right? So what's happening, the reason why you're having trouble is because there's a real increase in air pressure as you sing those high notes, and it pushes the larynx up and destabilizes the voice and tenses all the muscles. In really good training, we learn to keep the laryngeal muscles down so that you can have more compression against the increase in air pressure. So you really need to train to get those techniques inside the muscles. How about issues with dry throat and excess phlegm? Yeah, isn't it funny? Dry throat and excess phlegm sometimes kind of go together, because the dry throat, the phlegm is also always being produced by the body to protect. So it's either a protection against some foreign invader like allergies, something that's coming into the body that the body wants to get out, and so it creates mucus to get the toxins or irritants out of the body. And then mucus is formed to also protect areas. So if the throat is very dry and irritated, in particular with something called reflux, but not even regular GERD, singers get what's called silent reflux or laryngeal reflux. So you don't even have stomach acid coming all the way up. So you don't really realize that you have it. But all of a sudden your voice is not functioning as well, and you have a lot of mucus in the morning, a lot, and sometimes feel like you have a lump in your throat, or just like a piece of gunk in there that's not really clearing, and then you're excessively thirsty because the cords are burned from the stomach acid, which then causes all this mucus. And then people start taking like Mucinex, which don't ever take that crap. It has a lot of other poisons and toxins in it, but it dries you like the Sahara Desert. So then you have dry, irritated cords. Like the mucus is working to help you. And how to get rid of the mucus is you want to steam. So steaming, but not with those vocal mister handheld. Even with a nebulizer, I wouldn't do that for steaming. For getting rid of mucus, you need warm steam. So I would make a cup of hot water and just steam with the hot water, or over a pot of water of simmering, kind of at a level of simmering. I wouldn't be like boiling hot, but like simmering. Warm, because warm, think of it, when you wash a dish using hot water, whatever's on the dish sloughs right off. So it's the same with the voice and mucus. If you're using warm steam, the mucus will disappear. Well, good. Any other questions that I missed anywhere here? Okay. Oh, let me look over on. Would this also be sinus congestion? Oh, hang on. There's a question here. I've been practicing singing with less tension by using more air, creating more space, and using my mix. Any more tips I could apply? Yeah, the problem with tension, though, is tightness, right? So bringing a little more air, I guess, could help. I guess that's a way to mediate it, but you then could create another problem with your voice, by because when you start to push a little bit of air or get uh, into that configuration, you can be causing a little bit of um, inflaming the cords or pushing the cords a bit more. Uh, but the way to sing with less tension is to reduce the tension in the instrument. So go and do the Better Voice Challenge to get those 8 sequences. And you'll feel it right there. Because what a lot of people don't understand is that the physical voice, okay, if you just put your hands on your throat and then talk, do you notice the tension? So most people and most vocal coaches don't talk about it because they don't know. I had very extensive training in massage and vocal massage, and I trained with a student of Ida Rolf, who created Rolfing, who worked with some big artists like Sting and Springsteen. And I trained in her method that was specific for the voice alongside my training in pedagogy, and really coordinated the two of them, because the tighter that your neck and throat muscles, and most people are tight in those muscles, and most people have a forward head because of our forward head culture with our phones, and we're just our computers and our devices. And so those muscles go into deep contractions, and it is the number one problem for vocal production is tension in those muscles. So that's why I created the release sequences, to release the tension and then go sing. And then you'll be like, oh God, I didn't realize that I was that tight. Can I save this live? I could save it. Is there a time of day that the voice? Oh, you know what? All the lives are saved over on YouTube. So you can go and watch all the backlog of lives. You just have to hit the live page on YouTube at Carrie Cole Voice and Music CO. And all of the lives are there. So I don't post them on Instagram anymore, but they're all on YouTube. So today's live is literally recording on YouTube right now. And when we hang up, you can go and watch it back. Is there a time of day that the voice is best? Oh, everybody's different with that, but I wouldn't say first thing in the morning is like when you want to sing. I would say probably afternoon into evening. But the more that you train, the more you can have, the healthier your voice is, and the more adept you are, and the more open you are in the morning too. Like if you take a long time to warm up, then you have vocal issues. Then you want to really start training. And anyone who's not training, you need to be training, especially with a method like the Cole Vocal Method. We have it organized in 20 minutes a day using this specific method, getting tremendous results. So come and join us. And thanks for spending this time with me today. And I will see you next Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern. And remember, you can go and watch the lives over on YouTube on the live page. I'll see you guys very soon. Thanks for being here today.